Hi, hello everyone. This is Lakshmi. Once again, welcome to my channel Maths Super Tips and Tricks. In this channel, I'm going to discuss various levels of examinations. Today video, I'm discussing about the subjective type most important topic. It is important for CBSE 11th standard as well as inter second year. For both of the students is very important topic. You can follow easily. I'm explaining very easy learning process. From that you can get the maximum question marks in your board examinations, as well as this concept is useful for your objective type of examinations also. This is very important topic. Easily have to know what I'm giving the step by step. You have to understand, you should follow easily. There is no difficult at all. The topic is simply conic section. Definitely we can get the idea about the conic section. Conic section is what you have to know first. Conic section contains what type of the chapters you have to know, and one by one we'll discuss here. Conic section is what you have to know first. Conic section is nothing but a locus of some points. Which locus is which points is nothing but conic section. Locus means set of the points. Which set of the points is form a conic section, you have to know first. For that you have to think about the first of all, before the definition I written the definition, I will explain this one. Before the reading the definition, I am explaining just only simple figure. By this figure we can get the maximum idea about this definition. From this figure we can understand. I have mentioned some letters here. This is a board, thinks one of the plane. In this plane there is some one of the fixed point here. I have taken as some x. This is some fixed point, and this is some fixed straight line in this plane. Here s is taken as some fixed point. L is equal 0 is a fixed straight line. On this plane, we can take P is any moving point in this plane, whose distance from the fixed point to and their distance from the fixed straight line, that is PM, is in the constant ratio. Such type of points form a conic section. What is a conic section? Simply you know that clearly. The locus of a point moving on a plane. Locus of a point means set of the points moving on a plane such that how it will move, such that its distance from a fixed point and a fixed straight line in the plane are in constant ratio. Means its distance is constant ratio. The distance from a moving point to the fixed point and the distance from moving point to the fixed straight line is in the constant ratio. Such type of points form a conic section. Is it clear? What is a conic section? Definition you can read out now. The locus of a point moving on a plane such that its distance from a fixed point and a fixed straight line in the plane are in a constant ratio is called conic section. So by this figure you got the idea about the definition also. Okay, sometimes we'll ask the definition. Define conic section. If we ask what is a conic section, simply the set of the points in a plane whose distance from the fixed point and the fixed straight line is in the constant ratio. Such type of points form a conic section. I have taken this fixed point is S. Fixed straight line is L is equal 0. In the moving point in the plane, some points are moving, in which one of the point I have taken as P. Distance from P to straight line L is equal 0 is I have taken as PM. Distance from fixed point to P is taken as SP. Indirectly what is given clearly? The distance from S to P and P to M is constant ratio. Ratio means what? Suppose A is to B, you can write A by B. A by B also. Means indirectly SP by PM is given as constant. That is simply about the conic section. What is a P here? Moving point in a plane. What is S here? Fixed point in a plane. What is the PM? perpendicular from moving point to the fixed straight line, some L is equal to 0. Clear? Which ratio is constant? The ratio of SP and PM is constant. That means we can write as a, let S be the fixed point, L is equal to 0 be the fixed straight line, and P be any point in a locus. According to the definition of the conic, what is a constant? SP is to PM. Is to also we can write by SP by PM is equals to constant. This constant is denoted as a some letter E. It is denoted by some letter E. So such type of formation is not form a conic section. Okay, which is conic section? SP by PM is equal to constant. This constant denoted by what? Some letter E. You know what is the definition of conic section? What is the figure? About the definition I have drawn the figure. I have given the names also. Now I indicated the symbols. Now we'll give the names for these S, L and E. There will be names. What are the names you have to know? If you know the conic section, we can follow easily the parts of conic section. What are those? We'll discuss one by one. So this fixed point, I said, this fixed point now it is called as focus. And I said to you, L is equal to 0 is fixed straight line. The fixed straight line L is equal to 0 is nothing but directrix. And I said to you, E is what? Constant ratio. E, the letter E indicates called as eccentricity of conic. Yeah, the three names now. What are three names? The fixed point S is called as a focus. Fixed straight line L is I have taken. L may be small letter, capital letter, whatever maybe can take. L is equal to 0 is a directrix. And the constant ratio is called eccentricity of the conic. It's clear? Now, you know the SP by PM is equal to E indirectly. What are the S, L and E? You have to know first of all. Then, by depends upon this constant value, the conic becomes three types of curves. By depends on this constant value, the conic represents three types of curves. What are the three types of curves? What are the values of this constant E? This constant E is always belongs to positive real numbers. Means it can be fraction, it can be integer, but positive real numbers. By depends upon the E value, the conic becomes three types of the curves. Now we can look at those. What are the conditions of three types of curves? Conditions of E represents curves are what we'll discuss. Now, suppose if E is 1, the constant value is 1, then the conic becomes a parabola. If the constant value is 1, then the conic becomes a parabola. If the constant value E lies between 0 to 1, the conic becomes an ellipse. If E is greater than 1, the conic becomes hyperbola. These three types of the chapters we can come across from the conic section. Okay, conic section. These three types of curves depends on which value? Eccentricity. What I said about the constant ratio is called as eccentricity of the conic. But depends upon the E value, the conic becomes parabola, ellipse and hyperbola. You have to discuss one by one. So if you know the parabola very well, you can follow the ellipse very easily. You can follow. And what are maybe ellipse? All methods, formulas, applications are same to the hyperbola. Small changes there. Those two all you can follow easily. If you know what are the basic concepts of the conic section, we can follow one by one easily. Is it clear? When the conic becomes a parabola, if E value is 1, when the conic becomes ellipse, if A lies between 0 to 1, when the conic becomes hyperbola, E is greater than 1. This is first of all you have to know. Introduction part of the conic section. Conic section is what you have to know first. What are the fixed point, fixed straight line, constant ratio are called, you have to know. Then when the conic becomes parabola, ellipse, hyperbola also you have to know. Now we will going to discuss about the parabola part. In parabola there are the various types of the curves also there, various types of the formulas, all those we will discuss one by one. No need to worry. So now I will start the parabola part. that is a part and parcel of conic section. What is that? We'll look at now. Come to the topic is parabola. I said to you, parabola is part and parcel of conic section. There will be three types of curves you can come across a conic section. First one is parabola. We have to know various points regarding the parabola. First, we can come to the definition of the parabola. Already I said to you conic definition, in which I said about the S and directrix. So what is S is called as what? S is called as focus, that is fixed point. What is a directrix? I had taken as some L is equal 0 is fixed straight line is called as directrix. If you know the focus and directrix, when the conic becomes a parabola, I said when the E is equals to 1, the conic becomes a parabola, means SP by PM is equals to 1, means indirectly SP is equals to PM. SP is equals to PM means the point P is equidistant from the focus as well as the directrix. What is the PM here? I said PM is distance from moving point to the directrix. SP is distance from focus to the moving point. Therefore, now you know the names of focus, fixed point and fixed straight line. We can use it from here onwards, focus and a directrix instead of fixed point and fixed straight line. Now, easily you can understand when the conic becomes a parabola, I said, if E is equal to 1, the conic becomes a parabola. Then the conic equation becomes SP is equals to PM. Means indirectly the locus of the point which is equidistant from focus and directrix is represents a parabola. Now, what is definition of parabola? The set of the points in a plane which is equidistant from focus and directrix. This distance is equal. That is only how to know about the definition of parabola. What is that? The locus of points in a plane which is equidistant from focus and directrix is called parabola. What is which set is called as parabola? That is set of the points in a plane whose distance from focus and directrix is equal. Then the conic is simply represents a parabola. Definition you have to know first of all. And conic means what? I said to locus means set of the points. Set of the points means compulsory it form a locus, means it has some equation. So you know locus chapter in your previous classes, locus is set of the points which are satisfied on the given conditions. That the locus represents a compulsory equation in terms of x and y. If you take the general point in that locus of x, y, locus equation represents in terms of x and y equation. Now I said about the parabola is also represents one of the locus of the points with distance from focus and the directrix. How can you derive it? You have to take the major steps or what? For collecting the derivative of the equation of parabola, standard form. One by one you have to know first of all. So what is, we will ask, derive the standard equation of parabola is in the form of y square is equal to 4x. Now parabola means compulsory first you have to start with focus as well as directrix. Let S be the focus hard taken, L is equal to 0 be the directrix. This is fixed point. I said to you focus. Now here onwards you can call it as focus, and L is equal to 0 is called as directrix. First you can start with S is fixed point means focus, and L is equal to 0 be the directrix. And we can take any one of the point in the locus which is equidistant from focus as well as the directrix. That means SP is equal to PM. Such type of points like this form this type of curve. This is called as parabola. So in the set I have taken only one point. Such type of all these points form like this. Now we have to concentrate simply on this figure. What is the figure here? S is focus, L is equal to 0 be the directrix. We can draw the one of the curve like this, in which P is any point on this curve. Now we can draw the P to directrix distance PM, and for our convenience we can take Z is one of the point on the directrix which is a foot of the perpendicular of S on directrix. What is the Z here? Foot of the perpendicular of S on the directrix. Now between the S and the Z there will be some point A which one you have to choose as a midpoint of S and Z such that it has some result. What that we will discuss one by one. Is it clear? First you have to know the what about the figure. Here S is a focus, L is equal to 0 is directrix. I have taken the locus point any point P, and Z is what? Z is a foot of the perpendicular S on foot of the perpendicular of S on directrix. and we can choose any one of the point A on this parabola is such that the SA is equals to AZ. Means what? S is midpoint of S and A is midpoint of S and Z. You have to take what is A? A is midpoint of S and Z. Like that we have to write all those steps. For that also we will give the marks. First we have to write like this. Let S be focus. L is equal to 0 be directrix of parabola. Then what is the next point we have to take? Z is the foot of the perpendicular of Z is foot of perpendicular of S on directrix. Now we have to assume all these points from our side. We have to take one by one, step by step. We can for this also you can get the marks directrix. Now what is A? I said A is a midpoint of S and Z. A is midpoint of SZ such that midpoint means what? Equidistance. Some SA, maybe AS also we can add, is equals to AZ. Is some A, you have to assume that. Which distance is A? SA distance as well as AZ distance is A. Then S is midpoint of, A is midpoint of SZ. Where is A? A is point on this parabola. Is it clear now? First what you have to take? S be the focus. L is equal to 0 be the directrix of the parabola. Then what is Z? Z is foot of the perpendicular of S on directrix. Now we can choose one of the point on the parabola. A is midpoint of S and Z such that this distance, SA is distance is same as AZ distance is taken as some small a. Clear? Now what we can come to the next point? Now we can observe this figure. The line AX is taken as x-axis and the AY is taken as y-axis. Now by taking AX, AS, AX, AY as x, y axis respectively, if we take. Now come to the, this is clear. Now come to the S becomes what? You know, AX is x-axis, AY is y-axis. What are the coordinates of A? Is clearly 0, 0 because of it is point of intersection of coordinate axis. That means simply A is a origin. Coordinates of origin, you know that clearly 0, 0. Where is S now? S is on x-axis. What is distance of AS I have taken is A. Means for x coordinate of A, x coordinate of S as A, and it is on which axis? X axis, therefore its y coordinate is 0. And where is Z? Z is on x axis but negative direction. Means what is the AZ? AZ x coordinate is minus A because coordinate wise, because it's left side of x side, left side of y axis means negative x axis. Therefore what are the coordinates of Z becomes minus A comma 0 because it is a negative direction of x axis. The distance is A but coordinate wise it is minus A. What are the Z coordinates are? Minus A comma 0, coordinates of A 0, 0, coordinates of S A comma 0. You know, like this you have to collect the first what are the coordinates of S, what are the coordinates of A, what are the coordinates of Z. Now what are the coordinates of focus now? A comma 0. Coordinates of this point is 0 comma 0. This point A is called as now vertex. This point what I have taken, this point A is called vertex of the parabola. One more name you got. What is that called? Vertex. A is nothing but vertex of parabola. S is the focus, L is the directrix, E is eccentricity and A is vertex. Okay, in case of the parabola, A is equals to 1 I said to you. After this, we can take the, already I mentioned here P, let it be taken as XY on this parabola. Now, what is a P? Is any general point on this parabola with coordinates of X and Y. Now, we can use the definition of the parabola. What is definition of the parabola according to definition of parabola? What is equal? SP is equals to PM. That one you can use. From that we can get clearly equation of the parabola, standard equation I am getting now how it is. Very simple. Next step very easy. So now what we have to take, let Pxy be any point on parabola. You know, by definition of parabola, what is equal? SP is equals to PM. What are the coordinates of S? You know, a comma 0. What are the coordinates of P? You know, x comma y. SP distance. You know, distance between the 2 points root over x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Means indirectly x minus a whole square plus y minus 0 whole square is y square is equals to, and also what I said about this z coordinates are minus a comma 0. Then the equation of, I am writing here, equation of directrix x is equals to minus a, in the sense x is plus a is equals to 0. This one you should remember. Z is where? Z is on the directrix. So equation of the directrix becomes x is equals to minus a, in the sense x plus a is equals to 0. This is the equation of directrix. What is a PM? PM is perpendicular from P to the directrix equation. What is directrix equation I have given? X plus a is equals to 0. Okay, you know perpendicular from point to the line. What is the perpendicular formula? Mod of ax1 plus by1 plus c by root over a square plus b square. Like that. A is x quotient here 1 into x1 is x only. B no y term 0 plus constant is a by root over a square plus b square. A square is 1 means what? X quotient is 1. No y quotient, we can take it as 0. Therefore, this is perpendicular formula I have to use. Now, what is next step? Take the squaring on both sides, x minus a whole square plus y square is equals to x plus a whole square. This one shall I rewrite as y square is equals to x plus a whole square with minus of x minus a whole square. By expansion of these, you know, it is in the form of a plus b whole square minus a minus b whole square. A plus b whole square minus a minus b whole square formula is what? 4ab. According to that one, 4a, in place of a there is x, in place of b there is a, 4ax. You got it or not? That's it. This is a derivative part of the parabola. 4x I have written, maybe 4ax also we can write. Therefore, what is standard equation of parabola now? Y square is equal to 4ax. It's a very important, very simple and easy also. But this is long answer type question, easily can follow. Is it clear? To derive the standard equation of parabola, what is standard equation of parabola? Y square is equal to 4ax. To derive that one, you have to proceed from the focus, directrix and their assumptions, and you have to concentrate on this figure clearly. So you have to know the how can you draw the figure, how can you take the s value, a value, z value, then how can you get the coordinates of s are a comma 0, coordinates of a are 0 0, coordinates of z are minus a comma 0. By the equation of directrix x plus a is equal to, you have to know first. After that, we have to take the general point on the parabola. Then finally, we can use the definition of the parabola. SP is equals to P. Here SP is distance from focus to the general point P, and PM is perpendicular from point to the directrix. By this, we can get the simplification. Y square is equal to 4ax. This is simply standard equation of parabola. Is it clear now? You have to do the practice. Once again, you have to revise the video. If you have the doubt, step by step you have to collect. Then it is very easy for you. This is standard equation of parabola. So from this theorem, we got one more name. What is that? Yes, that name A. A is which is a point on the parabola. This is known as what? Vertex of the parabola. If you know what are the various names in the parabola, those similar names only can use for the chapters also. Thus we have to know parabola part in conic section. Very important. What are the terms also, definitions also you have to know. Those only we can use for the next chapters also. Clear? Now come to some definitions one by one. These are throughout the conic section like parabola, ellipse, hyperbola are most important. Everywhere else definitions are same only. What are these definitions we have to know one by one. First, axis. What is axis of parabola? I said already, this is a vertex, this is focus. The line joining A to S is taken as x-axis. This is only axis of parabola. What is axis? Line joining A to S is axis of parabola. Line joining S. That is only axis of parabola. Not only parabola, for every conic it is, but I am discussing about the parabola, that's why I am mentioning as a parabola, which is called as an axis. The line joining the vertex and focus is simply axis of parabola. Next, come to the chord. You know, everyone know about the chord. All these definitions are slight difference will be there. There is no chance to get the confusion. Little bit difference, slight difference will be there. What is the difference? I will explain with the figure, you can understand easily. Next, chord. Everyone know about the chord. What is a chord? Chord of any curve means line joining the 2 points on that curve. Line joining 2 points on the parabola. Means simply can take this is one of the chord like AB. This is axis had set to you. Some PQ I will take because already A is I mentioned as vertex. Some PQ letter we can use. The line joining PQ. Where are the PQ? PQ on the parabola. This is called as chord of the parabola. Here already focus is there, vertex is there, here focus somewhere else it is there. Okay. This is a chord. Chord means a line joining 2 points on the parabola. Like here in this one, PQ is one of the chord. Like that we can draw the several chords. Next one is focal chord. In that word only there is a meaning. What is that called? What is that name? Focal chord means simply a chord is passing through focus, that is called as focal chord. For example, here this is it passing through focus? No, it's not passing through focus. That's why it is not a focal chord. It is simply chord. If it is passing through focus, like this, P, Q, some S. You know this chord PQ is passing through focus S, that is called as focal chord. Simply chord passing through focus. It must be chord as well as passing through focus. Right? Which is focal chord? A chord which is passing through focus. Next, come to the next one, double ordinate. Double ordinate in the sense a chord is perpendicular to axis. A chord which is perpendicular to axis. Perpendicular to axis. For this one, I will draw the figure like this. This is a axis, you know, AS. This chord PQ. This chord is what? Is it a focal chord? No, because it is not passing through focus. It is chord. It is clearly perpendicular to what? Axis. A chord is perpendicular to axis is called as double ordinate. Is it clear? What is double ordinate? A chord perpendicular to axis called as double ordinate. Next, last and final one, which is a very important one, that is simply, these points are clear. First of all, axis is a line joining the axis. A line joining the vertex and focus is called as axis. What is a chord? Line joining 2 points on the parabola like this. This is called as chord. What is a focal chord? A chord is passing through focus, that is called as focal chord. What is double ordinate? A chord which is perpendicular to axis. This is perpendicular to axis. This is a chord as well as perpendicular to axis called as double ordinate. Now last very important one, that is simply lattice rectum. That is a very important throughout the conic section. Now come to the lattice rectum. This one we can give in two types of definition. If double ordinate is passing through focus, that is called as lattice rectum. If double ordinate is passing through focus, that is lattice rectum. Maybe focal chord is perpendicular to axis, that is also known as lattice rectum. Two ways we can write. A double ordinate is passing through focus. Is called lattice rectum. Means it must be focal chord as well as double ordinate. Like this. PSQ. Clear? What about the changes here? In case of chord, it just simply joining the 2 points. In case of the focal chord, the chord must be passing through focus. In case of double ordinate, compulsory chord is perpendicular to axis. In case of lattice rectum, double ordinate means perpendicular to axis as well as passing through focus, that is called as lattice rectum. Here PQ is simply chord as well as perpendicular to axis passing through focus. This is called as lattice rectum. Clear? These are the various definitions you have to know first. Today in today's video I discuss about the conic section definition. What are the terms of conic section? I have given one by one. I hope so you followed easily. And when the conic becomes a parabola, ellipse and hyperbola I said. In the conic becomes a parabola when the constant ratio is equals to 1, that is called as parabola. Then by that condition I have given the definition of the parabola. I start the parabola chapter. What is topic I started in the conic section part? I started parabola part, in which I have given the definition of the parabola as well as derive the standard equation of parabola is very important for your board examination. I have given the clear explanation what you have to assume, that what are the steps you have to take, what is standard equation, how can you derive it. Compulsory you have to do the practice, then you can remember it easily. Very simple, but you have to do the practice. And have given the some other definitions which are helpful throughout the conic section. Those are axis, chord, focal chord, double ordinate and the lattice rectum. These definitions also you have to know. I have explained with the figures also. These are most helpful to you for your parabola part as well as next chapters also. Okay. So in the next video I will start the various forms of parabolas. What are those we will discuss one by one. Today video I will conclude here. In next video I will discuss remaining part of parabola is what we will see in the next video. Till then, take care, bye.